Welcome back into Wake Up America. Happy Friday to you at home. I'm Rob Finnerty with Allison Maloney. President Biden's decision. Sorry, Allison.
That's okay. That was you.
No, me, you?
That was
no?
you.
I'll do it. You?
Go ahead.
Okay. President Biden's decision to drop Title 42 is being opposed in both parties, the House, the Senate, in a bipartisan way for the very first time, including Kyrsten Sinema, Democratic senator from Arizona, who, along with 4 other Democrats, at least 4, and 5 Republicans, have revealed a bipartisan bill looking to block the repeal of the CDC's decision to roll back Title 42.
Yeah, for more on this, let's bring in former acting Border Patrol Commissioner and Heritage Foundation visiting fellow Mark Morgan. Mark, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Mark, okay, so this bipartisan bill is asking for a plan from the administration to control a potential surge in illegal border crossings before dropping Title 42. Do you think that President Biden even has a plan or will have a plan?
Oh, they have a plan, and they're executing on that plan very well. And their plan is to open our borders wide open, jeopardizing every aspect of our nation's safety, health, and national security. And Title 40, the ending of Title 42 is just one more example. Hey, and let's be clear. First of all, what's coming isn't a surge. It's going to be a crushing tidal wave. And look, we're already in the middle of that. You know, Senator Kitty a couple of days ago said it best. When Title 42 ends, it's going to be like seeing the Hindenburg crash into the Titanic. That's what's happening along our southwest border.
Mark, so Title 42, there's some confusion here. Is it the CDC that's rolling this back, or is it the Biden administration?
It's one and the same. Look, I was there with President Trump. When something like this happens, it doesn't just impact one entity. Now, this is not an immigration policy. As you said, it's a public health policy. So the CDC obviously is involved. But guess what? It impacts the southwest border, which is why DHS specifically, Customs and Border Protection, was involved under President Trump. He did the right thing. He brought us all in together. We all educated each other. And our job was to educate the CDC on the realities of the southwest border and how COVID was being introduced in the United States from outside this country. And that's still happening every single day. Yet this administration is saying, it doesn't matter.
So,
it's all about the immigrants, not our country.
Just a follow-up, and I'm trying to follow the bouncing ball here, but a day ago I was reporting on the Biden administration suspending payments for student loans until at least August 31st because of COVID-19. But the administration wants to roll back Title 42 in lockstep with the CDC because of COVID-19. Explain to me how that doesn't make any sense. And then I'm just going to add to that, if you don't want to use COVID-19 anymore, Center for Disease Control, why not use fentanyl? Over 100,000 people OD'd in 2021. We're on pace for more this year.
Yeah, Rob, so look, I think everything you said is spot on. And real quick on fentanyl, the people aren't dying from overdoses because of fentanyl. They're dying because they're being poisoned with fentanyl. So it goes straight to your point with respect to the CDC. Look, I'll foot stomp a little bit right now. Remember, we're being told there's a new variant. We still have national mask mandates. When I flew, I'm in the southwest border right now. And 2 days ago when I flew here, I had to wear a mask for 9 hours. Let's not forget about what's happening outside our country, which is why Title 42 is designed. There's a lot of countries that have failed to adequately address the COVID-19 with their own country. I'll give you an example. Haiti, for example, has less than 1% of their total population that are vaccinated. This is so right now, the way this is going to work, a migrant family can illegally break into our border, demand the Border Patrol hurry up and process them and fly them anywhere they want to the United States. Oh, and they're going to say, oh, but before you do that, I just want to let you know, our entire family has COVID. The Border Patrol now is going to be forced to say, it's okay, come on in. And that just defies logic.
And then they get cell phones, too. Mark, the reality is the Border Patrol agents, they're overwhelmed. They've been overwhelmed. So now with this Title 42 rolling back, how are they going to be able to handle this?
Yeah, they're not. I mean, that's the plain answer. And Elsie, you're absolutely right. They're already overwhelmed. There are some stations, holding facilities that are 200-300% over capacity. And that's why, the Governor Abbott of the great state of Texas, that's one reason I'm here today. I got a firsthand look at the implementation of their Operation Lone Star. I got to talk to the leadership of Texas DPS and the Texas National Guard to see what they're doing. The men and women out here on the front lines of Texas are absolutely doing a tremendous job trying to fill that gap left by this administration. But at the end of the day, when you've got DHS's own numbers are predicting up to 18,000 a day, That's unmanageable. They really can't control that.
18,000 a day. Well, a Democratic congresswoman does have a solution, which I'm going to play that soundbite for you in a minute. But I just want to point out these Democratic senators that are against ending Title 42, the names make perfect sense. Mark Kelly in Arizona. He's in a real tight race there. The Democrats are sabotaging themselves here. Maggie Hassan up in New Hampshire, Raphael Warnock in Georgia. These are all going to be razor thin margins in their respective races. But one Democratic congresswoman, and I laughed when I heard this, she says that social workers should be brought in to replace trained, skilled Border Patrol agents. Take a listen.
We should not be utilizing law enforcement to essentially manage or oversee or process vulnerable populations. We should civilianize that personnel and get law enforcement back to what they were trained to do. Thankfully, the Secretary has been very open to my ideas. I think it will really be a watershed moment for us on the border if we're able to successfully make this work so that we restore dignity to the process, restore dignity to migrants and to federal personnel.
Mark, just your reaction to that.
Yeah, let me take the last part she said. Dignity to the migrants. Rob, let's go back to something you said. This is about border security. Illegal immigration and border security are connected. When you have millions of illegal aliens breaking into our country, that pulls those border patrol resources off the front line, off the national security mission, leaving the borders wide open. And just one example, drugs are pouring into this country, killed 100,000 Americans. What about the dignity of the United States and the citizens of this country? What about that dignity? And one last thing real quick, I know we got to go, but she talks about the dignity of the migrants. Because of this administration's open border policy, guess what? In the first 14 months, over 600 dead migrants have been found along the border trying to illegally enter.
It's terrible.
Migrants have been sexually abused and
Mark,
raped.
we got to go.
Human trafficking?
No, such a good point. Sorry to cut you off. And again, migrants, this is not a flock of birds. They're immigrants. That's what this is. We're being told we can't say that. It's okay to say that. That's what we're seeing. Mark Morgan, we appreciate the expertise as always. So good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mark. Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.